Hey, what's up everybody? Friday, July 12th, quiet day. Here's a question. Have bond yields bottomed? Have bond prices peaked? Now, as you know, if you have been watching my videos, I have said all along that the decline in bond yields was tied to, well, two things actually, but number one, the debt ceiling. As you know, the debt ceiling went into effect in March, and that has restricted, or I should say, shut down the ability of the Treasury to issue any new supply of bonds. And this was happening at a time when the Fed was bringing reserve balances down. So the banks were losing a very important tier one asset, those reserve balances. So it had to replace those, and the go-to replacement is always treasuries, okay? Because those are cash equivalents. But because of the debt ceiling and the fact that Treasury could not issue any more bonds, there was a squeeze created on the bond market, and it sent bond prices way up and it sent bond yields way down. It had nothing to do with any forecast of a recession. I know we had several moments of inverted yield curve and everybody was saying, oh, recession, recession, recession. I said, not only did I say we are not going to have a recession, I said you can throw as much criticism at me as you want if we actually go into recession. The whole thing was technical and related to the debt ceiling. I also said there was a second factor. The second factor, of course, was Powell, Fed Chairman Powell, caving in to pressure from Trump and the markets. He was looking at the yields coming down saying, oh my God, maybe I have to cut rates because look, that's what the market vigilantes are saying. So that's the reason. But I started this video off by saying, have bond yields bottomed out? Have bond prices topped out? And why am I saying this? Because it looks like maybe there might be some progress on the debt ceiling. And it's very interesting that yesterday, on Thursday, July 11th, there was a meeting or a conversation between Treasury Secretary Mnuchin and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. And Mnuchin said to Pelosi, look, you guys got to raise the debt ceiling because the government might run out of cash. Of course it can, it's a currency issuing, but we put these false, these self-imposed constraints like the debt ceiling. He said we might run out of cash by early September. Now the problem is Congress goes on a long recess starting July 26th and they don't get back until September 9th. So it was interesting yesterday, news of that conversation between Pelosi and Mnuchin came out where Mnuchin was, putting pressure on her, hey, you guys got to do something. And we had a sharp spike up in bond yields. It got up to like, the 10-year got up to 2.14%. Now I have been saying all along that as soon as they raise the debt ceiling, that is the end of this bond rally. You might get a little help from the Fed at the end of this month when they cut rates. I'm going to say when they cut rates by 25 basis points, but that'll be a one-time cut. I am predicting that. And this thing will blow right through the roof. The stock market, you're going to see a pickup in all kinds of economic activity because rates will come down, and then you will see the Fed eventually reverse course. But that's way off. That's off in the future. Don't worry. When that starts to happen, I'll be telling you about it. But I just find it interesting that yesterday we got that sharp spike up in bond yields at a time when the news broke that Mnuchin was saying, hey, you guys got to raise the debt ceiling. There was even talk about a temporary provisional increase in March until both sides, Congress and the White House, hammer out a deal on spending. All right, so this could be it. I think the bond rally is over. It was all technical. It was never any sort of an indicator of a recession. If you've been watching my videos, you should understand this by now. Everybody else doesn't understand this. And you know how I know is because I am the only one anywhere in the whole entire world who has been connecting the debt ceiling with the bond rally. Nobody else is talking about this, but it is academic, people. It is academic. You see the kind of stuff you learn here? Anyway, of course, all of this is always covered in my weekly report, MMT Trader. That's the only applied approach to MMT that exists anywhere else. Even the other MMT people, by the way, they're not talking about this either. They have no understanding of this whatsoever. All right. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. See you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.